Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Unreal Return to Napoli. On this episode we're playing Glathriel Village, and it sounds kind of like The Lord of the Rings, but it's not. And behind us there's a gas bag in another area. Don't worry about it. Eventually we'll get far enough away that the gas bag will never bother us again. So, at the end of the boat ride we have this little dock area in this little village, Glathriel Village. And also we have a little fishing pier, a little fishing hut. So here you can actually play a little mini game and try to go for the Hylian Loach. Just kidding. But we see that Nolly like to fish. And this Nolly's just been kind of watching over everything. Also this section to the right, to the left, you can actually get kind of stuck in there. And what you need to do is kind of inch your way backwards into the water. Kind of a minor bug in the level, but that's not the major bug in the level. There's a couple bugs in this level that I don't like, but we'll deal with it. There's actually 2 new enemies, and one of the new enemies we're going to face in just a second here. You notice this manta? Well, yeah, it looks like a manta, but it's actually 3 times the size and takes 3 times the ammo to get rid of. And look at the size of that thing. It will really hurt you. And really go through your armor really quick if it catches you off guard or catches you by surprise. Nice little livestock area. It's a quiet little village. It's a nice little village, I guess, for the Denali to retire to. This looks like the Denali were trying to hide out or hide from everybody. And I don't like these ladders. If you notice, there was ladders like this in Unreal in the Temple of Andorra. They were little steeper, but the bugginess was still there with the ladders, so oh well. Also, another bug in this level are these types of doors. It's nice that they created doors that actually open for you, but you have to stand at the right spot, and then if you're moving just at the right speed, they'll close on you, so they're very annoying. I don't like them. This is the livestock area that we saw earlier. And if I haven't mentioned, this level will be divided into 2 parts. The game actually divides this level into 2 sections. And so I felt since this level was rather lengthy, it would probably be better off to just divide everything into 2s. So there's some sort of a hideout, and there's a lot of Nolly there, so that would be worth finding, and we will find it in the second part of the video. Or the second episode, that is. And also 2 parts will enable me to get out 2 separate sections this weekend, where otherwise I may not have time to do it. And it may make things more interesting. Notice there's a little path down here. Well, you'll notice it in a second. I don't like those doors. They swing open on you at the last minute. So there's some sort of a crack in a wall in the basement. And we'll get to that in a few seconds. Right here I'm kind of prepping myself to see what kind of ammo I've got, because we're going to face a new enemy again. And if you paid attention to the note, you'll know what kind of enemy we're about to face. And this is the second part of the map, but not the second part of the video, by the way, what we're about to get into. And there you go. This is Glathriel Village. This is the second part. And the new enemy that we have to face are spiders. They're not as bad as the pupae, because they're easier to hit, but they do have a pretty powerful attack. They actually can throw toxic sludge at you. And here I'm kind of sneaking around a little bit because I don't want to have to deal with them a lot. I'd rather deal with them one by one. I'm kind of bouncing some grenades around because I can try to hit them that way. I think I saw a couple that way. think I hit a couple that way too. This area is a little tricky. I like all the cobwebs, you know. Spiders have been busy. But I tell you, if I had spiders like this in my house, I'd call the exterminator pretty quickly. Spiders this big, you need Ghostbusters, probably. Reminds me of that scene in Ghostbusters, you know. Like going up the elevator in the hotel, and the hotel guest is wondering what they're doing, and they're like, yeah, we're just exterminators. And Bill Murray's character is like, Vinkman's like, yeah, he'll bite your head off. These spiders will definitely probably bite your head off. Got a lot of green blood. Must be Vulcans. Actually, I think the green is because they spit out toxic sludge like this. And so they must be made of toxic sludge somehow. Don't know if there was some sort of an experiment gone wrong or what, but oh well. There are a few secrets into this in this level, by the way, or in this village. A few more secrets than there are normally. It's kind of a nice little add-on pack. Seems kind of short, though. But no matter. Got some fruit seeds there. You know, I also remembered in the last Let's Play for the regular game Unreal, I never really used the fruit seeds, I don't think. They're kind of pointless to me. I mean, you just basically use them and it sticks in the ground and it grows Denali healing fruit. But you have to wait a couple of seconds, so in an emergency it's not really that helpful. But I guess in a pinch it would be useful. Also, it's kind of an Easter egg here. Would you die for this, Akrana? I think that was just an Unreal Tournament team that helped design this expansion pack. So they got the ability to get their advertisement in there. Which I don't even think their website works anymore. At least last time I checked, didn't load, but whatever. These spiders are pretty tedious. But I just deal with them one by one. Eventually you'll get them. They're easier to hit than the pupa. The pupas, if you remember, they kind of jump out of the way as soon as you try to fire at them. But thankfully these guys will just keep walking. So you could probably even use a dispersion pistol on them, but I don't bother. Also, something else I noticed, I'm recording this with fraps. And if I go from one level to another and the map changes, there's kind of a loading screen that I see. But for whatever reason, the loading screen never shows up in fraps. I'm not sure why. I think it's maybe because it's an overlay and the frames aren't refreshed. Or something of that nature. Maybe the game pauses and fraps pauses too. I'm not really sure. But I think it's a good thing because, well, it takes out a couple of seconds of loading. Actually, it's not a couple of seconds, it's probably just maybe a third of a second, but at any rate. It does kind of look weird when you don't see the loading screen, but nothing I can really do about it at this point. Here I'm kind of checking my ammo again. This leads into the second part of the village, although we're already at the second part of the map. I'm not sure why they divided this into two different sections, because each section isn't that complicated, and in fact the first section of the map is far less complicated than the second section, but they designed it that way. They probably wanted to change the map just a little bit once you got into this area and the enemy started noticing you. This Scourge, I think, has a bit of armor on him, so he takes a few more hits than normal. And then we got another manta here. This is just a normal manta. There's two giant mantas in this level. One we'll see later on. We're not going to see him just yet. And again, these doors are just really, really annoying. And yes, I need to go back into the church because there's something I want you to see. There we go. And we also want to open this up. So those strange boxes are falling down, so there's going to be some more of those boxes for us later on. Yeah, we're not going to hit you, Nolly. This section actually kind of confused me a little bit. Not because of the map design, but because of the enemies that we have to face. I was trying to figure a good strategy of getting them off guard. Because if you don't, they'll really hurt you. Like right here, there's actually a scourge over here. Where I'm trying to aim. Sometimes you'll hit him, sometimes you won't. You'll see him right there. There we go, we got him. Because if you jump down there, you'll get in close quarter combat with him, and I don't like that. Here it would be helpful to kind of save Denali because he opens a door for us and gives us a switch. And thankfully the Scourge here has kind of a low amount of hit points, so it's not too terrible. Now this Denali won't get out of the way, so I may have to shoot him in the foot. This is one buggy part of the level. They just won't move when you want them to move, so... Sorry, dance! 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 There you go. I feel like Biff Tannen there. Or Mad Dog Tannen. Anyway. That wraps up the first part of Glathriel Village. So thank you so much for watching Let's Play Unreal and Return to Pali. On the next episode, we're going to continue Glathriel Village and finish everything up. Thanks again, and have a good day. Goodbye.